Hi, thank you for visiting our channel. And today we're going to talk about avoid negativity.
Yeah, so you're a loser, are you?
Before that, wait, please like and subscribe,
You
and
click
maybe
this video,
email
you
us
loser.
about-
You're a loser. Your life's
Why?
a failure.
Why?
'Cause
They want to know
they've
how
clicked
to
on this
avoid
video.
negativity.
That qualifies you. As soon as you click on the video, it qualifies you to be a loser. Shall I tell you why?
Why?
Because they want to keep clear of negative people,
Yeah.
which means they're a pushover.
Well, they struggle. But the thing is, the whole world is very negative anyway.
Negative people prey on the weak.
Prey on the weak.
Yes, we are not preying
Right,
on
okay.
you. We love you sincerely. And I'm only trying to highlight a point. And the point is that you're a loser. And the reason you're a loser is because you get pushed down by stronger people than you. And you'll find throughout society, there's always people looking for somebody weak
That's a bit harsh to
push
say
down.
that, isn't it?
That's exactly what it is. Life is hard. That's the
Yeah.
reality. So you've got strong people or pretending to be strong people or insecurely strong people. They're strong for whatever reason they are. Some people are weak on the inside and strong on the outside.
Yeah.
They prey on weak people so that they can dominate.
Negative people, because they don't really wish you to be good. They because they've got this fear inside of them. They feel like, oh yeah, maybe they're living a better life than me, so I might as well push them down now so I can feel more confident about myself and
There's so
feeling
many
satisfied. That's very
negative
sick.
Negative people out there that have got negative opinions.
That's
to
very
everything.
sick.
They don't want good for anybody. Actually, they just want people to suffer.
Because of their own insecurity. But our advice, I think you would agree with me, because we didn't rehearsal before we start. I think our advice will be keep away from the negative people to stay positive.
Defo, 100% on that one, guys.
Yeah.
100%. If you think about this, right? You're in a relationship. Everyone's going to agree with me on this. Everyone. Right?
Everyone, yeah.
If you're
Go
in a
on.
relationship, okay, let's say you're a woman.
Yeah.
And you're in a relationship with this man, and every single morning you wake up, he socks you in the face with his fist.
Socks.
Yeah, like, gives you a good punch to the face.
Right.
Every morning you wake up, out of 365 days, he does it 364 days. He gives you a break on Christmas Day, okay? He punches you in the face. A nice, forceful punch, okay?
Right.
You're not going to like that relationship, are you?
No.
Okay, so you leave him.
Yeah.
Everyone agrees with that. That's the right thing to do. You'd leave the guy, okay? But when it comes to more kind of emotional abuse, not physical, comes to emotional abuse, suddenly there's
Story
a grey
changed,
area.
yeah.
People are like, oh, well, yeah, but it's not physical. I'm not physically getting beaten up, so it's okay. But it's not okay.
It's not
It's
okay.
not okay. Emotional abuse can actually create more detriment
Trauma,
to
yeah.
your entire life than physical abuse can. Because emotional abuse gets you psychologically.
Yeah, it changes your psychology, doesn't it?
Psychologically, it can ruin you. It can ruin you. It can ruin your upbringing. It can ruin your adulthood. It can ruin the entire life. It can change who you are as a person. So, emotional abuse, I dare say, is equal or more prevalent than physical.
Yeah.
Yeah? Meaning it's more so, potentially, more so than physical abuse. Because there's a lot of physical abuse in relationships happening in the world. But I'd argue that there's even more emotional abuse in relationships. Emotional from the man, emotional from the female, emotionally abusing the partner. Now, obviously, you need to become aware that you're a victim of this.
Yeah, you need to acknowledge that you are getting abused or you are giving people abuse. But that goes really deep. It takes time to recognize. It doesn't really happen within the day. You realize, oh yeah, I'm abusing them. Maybe you think, oh yeah, I'm actually trying to be loving to them.
Well, let's not talk to the negative person. Let's talk to the victim.
Right.
Yeah. So they're potentially a victim of this negativity. Now, the first thing is to recognize that you're a victim. Okay? And this is not the victim complex. This is not just saying, oh, I'm a victim. It's not about that. Recognizing you're a victim is only to enable you to progress. It's not so you can stay in victim mode and everybody worship you, because a lot of people are like that.
Yeah.
They think I'm eternally a victim, so everyone should worship me. Everyone should be soft to me and calm to me and give me free things. It's not about that. Once you've recognized you're a victim of real abuse, okay,
Yeah.
the next step is to then figure out how to progress yourself as a human being. Build yourself up as a human being, because you've missed out on things that other kids have had, other adults have had, that they've been in an upbuilding and strong relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So once you've recognized that you are,
the healthy relationship should be that kind of relationship. You build each other up. You actually benefit. You benefit each other.
definitely,
And to be a better, stronger human being. Through this process, your relationship will become stronger. Like I believe our in the past 7 years, our relationship, I have become like a better, stronger person, and I think you have as well.
definitely.
That's why our relationship, our bond is quite strong.
You've
it doesn't
got to
really
build
break
people up.
easily.
You have to build.
Yeah, you have
people.
to build each other
Build your
up.
partner up. I mean, at
Yeah.
the end of the day, you and your partner you're the closest thing to you because you are you, and they're the closest thing to you because they're your partner. So you need to build them up.
Yeah, and also identify what is truly good for your partner. It's not like you have a sweet mouth, you say nice things to them, they want to hear it all the time. Sometimes it doesn't sound nice. Sometimes it's hard for them to accept what you say.
But we're talking to the victim here, aren't
Yeah.
we? So the steps of rehabilitation for the victim is recognizing you are a victim, figuring out how to progress yourself. So how do you figure out to progress yourself? What you do is you need to realize what's good for you. You have to figure out what it is. What can I do now? I'm a victim. I've been abused. What's the next step? The next step really is to build yourself up. How do you build yourself up? What you need to do is you need to look after yourself. Figure out what things you like. So let's say you like to go to the gym. Make sure you go to the gym. Yeah. If you need to limit your association or cancel your association with this person, now you've got to assess, is that the right thing? Let's say it's a close family member. Do you really want to cut off all ties with your family member? Should you morally? These are things you need to consider, because you have to consider this negative person. Are they going to change? To be honest, you can never change anybody. It is my belief you can never change anybody.
I agree with you.
So because
on
of
that.
this, you need to consider to yourself, if you can't change them or force them to change, okay, are you going to put 20 years, how many years? 2 years of your time and effort to build them up, to change them, to force them into change. Are you going to be able to do that? In my opinion, no. So
no, if they don't want to change, they will stay the same for the rest of their lives.
Can you change yourself? Yes. So you need to put yourself in an environment, a beneficial environment. So if you do need to chop association with your family member, I believe that to be the right thing, depending on circumstance. Now, if you're...
We don't encourage people just lose contact with their family, right? You got to try quite hard to hold your family together. Then,
holding family is good.
Yeah.
But you've also got to consider your own mental sanity. If you know that whoever is close to you is detrimental to your mental sanity, you need to consider whether that relationship is a toxic one or if it's a beneficial one. You're going to obviously realize that not every relationship is a beneficial relationship. I mean, you'll find people that have had friends as they've been growing up.
Yeah.
And those friends, they used to smoke weed with them and that kind of thing. And even though it might be considered not that bad, actually, that's a negative relationship.
Yeah.
So cutting ties with them, a lot of people would be like, oh, that's fine. But because it gets close to family, suddenly they think, well, there's family. Family's the only thing I've got. Family's what I need to care for. Family's who I love. They're the ones that raised me, blah, blah, blah. So because of that, people are less likely to cut ties with family, which we can completely understand.
Yeah.
However, there are some situations in which you may need to do so, I believe, because when you're dealing with negative people, they may not change. So at what point are you just gonna continue to put up with it? If so, that's your choice. You want to continue to put up with it, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. If you want to make change and you want to progress in your life, you may get to yourself to a point, let's say 5 or 10 years later, where you've been able to recover from this, recognize what it was, move over from it, and continue with your life in a positive and upbuilding way. If you're able to do that, the next step really is trying to help them if you can mentally cope with that. Now, there are different levels of trauma.
You can always choose to go back as well.
You can choose to go back. At the end of the day, if they are a caring, loving member of your family, they should care about you. And if you explain to them, listen, mentally, I'm not in the right place to speak to you. Mentally, I'm not in the right place to see you all the time because I believe you're damaging to me. If they're reasonable, what would they say? They'd say, take as long as you need. We love you.
Yeah.
But you'll find they won't say that. And they won't say that because they are unreasonable, because they are damaging. They won't give you that space. So you got to consider this. The response that you get from them will show you what kind of person they are. And then you can use that to gauge as your response. Because really, you can't say what's most important is you, because it's not always the case. Sometimes you do have to care for others more than you care for yourself, an element of selflessness. But you've also got to realize that you're the one that's in control of your life, essentially. And the people you choose to be around can have a great effect on you, whether that's family or not.
Yeah.
And, you know, you could go back to the Manson family. Look at these girls who were hanging out with this guy. They thought he was cool and funny. It was all about love. A few years later, they're helping in and participating in murder.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to be considering who it is you're hanging around with. If you're hanging around with drug dealers, what do you expect? If you're hanging around with rapists, what do you expect? You got to, if you're hanging around with emotionally damaged people, what do you expect?
Yeah. And you've got the right to choose who you want to be friends with and what kind of life you want. And imagine you have, let's say, just your wardrobe. Now you have clothes that you really like, that you want to wear them every day. But you also have clothes that you bought, but it still have tags on that you probably never going to use it anyway if you didn't really wear it once in the past months or past couple of months, even past year. So now imagine you clear your wardrobe out. You only have stuff that you really, really like. Then every morning, that how easy your life is to decide what you actually want to wear. I think it's like it's quite similar with people as well. That if you only have positive people around you that they genuinely love you, then because you are genuine to them, you love them, and you both give and receive, then there is a balance. Then this relationship will be upbuilding that you can go further with them, rather than negative people. You will find yourself in a position you could keep on giving. Then when you talk to them, they never really get your message. And even you try your best to be good to them, then they think you are trying to take advantage of them. Then they never really understand you. And this kind of relationship, you're just never going to get anywhere with them, are you?
You have to be able to recognize, I think, that, you know, this negative person we're talking about, they'll never really accept they're negative.
Yeah, they're not
negative. They're loving, they're caring, they're understanding. Yeah. And they did what they did because they believe that to be right.
There's two sides of the coin. They can only see their own side. Your side, they wouldn't put themselves in your shoe and be considerate about your life and what you want.
No,
you know,
they're not empathetic.
They only want to get what they want.
Yeah, this is what you'll find. A lot of these people are selfish. But am I then saying, because you're watching this video and thinking about what it is I'm saying, if you're analysing what I'm saying, am I saying that you're supposed to treat a selfish person with selfishness? Is that what I'm saying? Potentially, I am saying that. Because what happens is, somebody who's selfish, they're always requiring other people to go run around and do things for them. But they never consider what you want. That's the problem.
There is no balance.
In a loving relationship, you consider both sides. You consider what the other person needs. Now, if this family member cares about you, they will consider what you need. They will understand what you're saying, and they will make appropriate measures in order to help you in your desires and your requests.
Yeah.
Right. So if they're being selfish to you, you need to recognize that what you're doing is you're just supplying all the time. You're giving them things, you're being nice, you're trying to manage yourself. It's negativity. And really, you got to consider what your next step is. So run through all that, guys. I hope this has helped in some way. And we're going to delve far more into negativity. There's different types of negativity. There's different kinds of negative people you'll come across.
Yeah.
And you got to think about what is important. What is important? Is it... And also the degree of damage that you may have been receiving throughout your life. You need to consider it also.
Yeah. definitely. And hopefully this will help because we try to spread love here. That is not
Like we said, love is not just a one-sided thing, okay?
No.
So love is us putting out a video, okay, that may help you. Because we don't need to do this.
No.
We don't need to do this. So consider that. I'm not trying to say, oh, we don't need to do this, so you appreciate it. You appreciate it if you appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
And no one's forcing you to appreciate anything. We're just putting the video there. And if you have been a victim of emotional abuse, you'll know so. And we really do feel genuinely sorry. That's why we put this video here. So on to the next one, my friends. This ain't morbid, this ain't anything, but hopefully it'll benefit you.
Yes.
And we'll delve into it further at a later time. So stay tuned, hang around, and much love and peace, my friends.
Bye-bye.